I've been thinking a lot about what I was like as a kid. I remember all these memories, but only little bits and pieces of them. I remember one memory in particular, the memory that shaped me into who I am today. I remember one day I woke up to the sounds of birds chirping, and usually I'd wake up to the sound of my dad playing music while he works around the house, or the sound of the news coming from his radio. This day, I remember it was quiet. I brushed my teeth as usual. I remember calling out for my dad, and there was no answer. Being me as a 8-year-old, I didn't get anxious. I didn't get scared. If anything, I just got comfortable. I figured maybe my dad's still asleep. So I opened the fridge and grabbed some frozen waffles, turning on the TV and putting on my favorite cartoons. This was going to be the highlight of my day, I thought. Until I realized, after hours had passed, my dad was still out of sight. So I slowly opened his door, and he was gone. This was so exciting for me. The whole house to myself. Do you know how much I could do? My first instinct was to jump around, but then after a while that got boring, so I went for a walk around the neighborhood and in the woods. There I did cartwheels and flips, and I walked around until I got tired. I sat on a bench, and then I saw it. I saw him. The rock. Reaching to grab it, I had found a new friend. Something to replace my family that had abandoned me. My rock. I remember we got along so well. Rocky, I named him. We went throughout the forest and we talked and bonded and played together, and I remember how great my imagination was as a kid. I remember the bonds that would last a lifetime. I remember beginning to plan a future with this rock. I'd never had a pet before. We laughed and we played, and I thought it would never end. I even got lost, and Rocky helped lead me back home. We found our way out of the forest, we smelled the roses, and while we were walking out of the forest, just as the day began to come to an end, I tripped, and there fell Rocky into a pile of rocks. Scattered, I couldn't figure out my thoughts, and I dug through trying to figure out which one was Rocky, but it was useless. He was gone, and I was utterly alone. Still, I didn't want to lose hope, so I kept looking. I kept looking until I had to go home. Walking home, I was so sad. I opened the door, walked inside, and just sat down and cried. What will I do? I remember thinking to myself, crying into my palms, until I heard the door unlock. And there, back home, being the rock that I had lost, my rock to lean on, my dad.